Hello, and welcome to the Weekly Scroll Podcast. My name is Ryan.
And I'm a hard-boiled detective.
And my name is James.
And I'm John.
There we go. And this is what we're calling for this year. We're calling it the Weekly Scroll Plays. And then there's a game name after it. And today is Crimewave from John Davis, 1920s noir role-playing game. James is not just James. James is James Crane from Crumbling Keep role-playing games, makers of Marching Order. Want to make sure that gets out there. First time James gets to play in an AP on our show. Fuck John, he killed us last time, so I guess we'll see what happens this time. But how's everybody doing today?
Great.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a cat right behind me that no one can see. Doing great.
Good. Yeah. So, this is us. This is early morning, short on coffee, playing Crimewave. So, John, before we get going here, what is Crimewave?
Crimewave is a 1920s set role-playing game of the noir genre. So think of gangsters with Tommy guns, think of bank robberies, think of like down and dirty, like low lifes that are just trying to get by in the 1920s. Pinstripe suits, flappers, that sort of deal.
Nice.
Love it.
Gangsters, but like gangsters,
Yeah.
So, this is a Tunnel Goon Tack plus a little bit, right? So pretty clean, pretty straightforward. I actually have the entire thing. I can put it right there on screen. As of right now, it's a nice one-pager, which is beautiful, including even the character sheet on it. And you can snag this right now over at the Sivid's Sanctum itch page, which if you're watching is in the bottom whatever corner of your screen. Definitely go snag that. I know John's been updating it, added some schmucks, which we'll get to eventually. But this is our chance to run it here on the stream. So John, why don't we go through the very brief rules of Crimewave real quick? I'm sure Hunter made his character already because he always does, but I'll make my character, and we've already got names, and we'll get to it. But yeah, tell us. Let's go through Crimewave so the people at home know what we're doing.
Okay, so Crimewave, like I said, it's a 1920s role-playing game of the noir genre. It's based off of Nate Tremaine's Tunnel Goons, Gangbusters by Rick Krebs, and Traveler by Mark Miller. How you play is when success is uncertain, you're going to roll 2d6 and add points from your traits, skills, and items. If the total is 8 or more, it's a success. Just that easy. Combat is when you roll, the difference between your roll and 8 is the amount of damage the endangered participant takes. So if it's a failure, you take the damage. If it's a success, your target takes the damage. Let's see. Inventory, you can carry a number of items equal to your muscle doubled. Death occurs when wounds reach 0, and then you advance by adding 1 to a trait or a skill to a max of 4 in between scenarios. It's just that easy. Like, games aren't complicated, people. You can do this these one-pagers, and that's all you need.
I agree. I'm a huge proponent of that. Less is more.
Less is more.
Completely agree.
Make one-pagers normal again.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, make one page is great again.
Yeah, we need it.
All right.
And this is I talked about this before. So we're doing Crimewave, so I get to rock my all cops are bastards, goblins and garden shirt. So
Hell
yeah.
Thematic for the theme. And life.
Yeah.
All right, so we're throwing 6 points into traits, 6 points into one of the 10 skills, and then just picking a starting weapon, and that's pretty much our character, right?
Yeah, it's actually 6 points across all of the skills. So add the 6 points where you want in your skills.
Right, yeah, 6 in traits, 6 in skills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
cool.
1,
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And muscle is, our wounds are twice our muscle, so it'd be nice to have some of that. Muscle, agility. Oh, and we are a podcast too, so let's so our traits that we could possibly have are muscle, agility, observation, presence, driving, or luck. And the skills are disguise, explosives, fingerprinting, firearms, forgery, gambling, lock picking, pickpocketing, safe cracking, and stealth. And then what do we got? Oh, weapons. So I dig the weapons, and I was curious because they're not equivalent, which they don't have to be, obviously.
Right.
But as soon as you see shotgun 8+ damage, you go, damn, I want a shotgun, you know? Is there any kind of plus minus, or like as far as like inventory stuff goes? The differences between the shotgun and say like your stiletto or anything, or is it just one item is one item and you just
one item is just one item?
Cool.
Yeah, like I wanted to make the weapons all unique, but also it's like I don't think it's like particularly warranted whether the shotgun takes up more space than the stiletto. Yeah, the shotgun technically is an instant kill if you get above this certain like damage threshold, but like that stiletto is pretty nasty. That +1 makes a big difference when it comes to a 2d6 roll.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking the same there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice how they're all very different. And it just feels more like the character building than almost like picking a weapon in different games. It's not just like, well, I don't know which one either sounds cool or has the highest damage. Like,
yeah, well, I want to be a big axe guy, so I choose the big axe.
Right.
Well, I mean, the other thing too, though, is if all 3 of us pick shotguns, stealth missions are going to be quite difficult, you know, because shotguns are very, very loud. Where as opposed to like if we're a bunch of pickpocketers and lock pickers with stilettos, I feel like that'd be a very different adventure. So like, there's definitely a lot of play in the different things you want to, because there's 2 weapons here, stiletto and blackjack, that don't make noise realistically, besides, you know, thump and you know. But revolver, a little bit of noise, pistol, a little bit of noise, rifle, louder noise, machine gun, whole lot of noise, shotgun, even more. So you can definitely, yeah, right. Can definitely really swing what happens. I also love the non-use of tags because I hate tags and I feel like a lot of them are self-evident. So shotguns are loud. I don't need you to tell me that.
Yeah, right. Shotguns are loud. Shotguns are harder to hide than a stiletto would be. And it's like, it's just common sense stuff, you know? And like I said, that's the narrative portion of it. That's not even getting into the mechanical difference between the weapons.
I like the implied narrative difference. Yeah, I do think I don't have as big an issue overall with like tags as like Ryan does, but I do agree that like you don't really need them a lot of the time, right? Like narratively, it's fairly self-evident, like what is the difference between one thing and another. We all live on Earth. We all have the ability to reason. Most of us.
Yeah, it's like me.
I think that last one might be a little bit of a stretch, but well, like, it's like the rest of what you're saying.
Do you really need a tag to tell you whether a staff can be held one-handed versus two-handed?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, right.
You know, and to each their own. If people do, that's fine. I've crystallized my own personal opinions about some things, and I just realized that for me, I prefer less scaffolding, and people that require more scaffolding or enjoy more scaffolding, that's totally fine way to play your games.
Yeah, I think for me, it's that like it's that trade-off of if you know the old if you make a rule about someone being able to do a thing or like an item having this property, by default it means everyone else can't or doesn't have that type of thing. Like the more rules you add in, be able to do cool things specifically, the less people can do all the cool things. Because there's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, that's why I bring back one pagers, because like the more rules you add on to a thing, the greater the limitations become. Like having something like this where it's just like, here is the decision-making process. Have fun. Like, yeah, it's a lot of freedom, you know?
And that's why the plan with Crimewave is to keep it this one pager that will remain free and always will be free. Like my plan is to like print it as a broadsheet, you know, like on actual newsprint.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then just expand it with adventures, with scenarios. That's my plan with Crimewave.
I will 100% be getting at least one of those.
So. Yeah, absolutely. That's somewhere in my feed recently, I saw a company advertising like, hey, print your own newspaper. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I do with this. I'll bookmark it for later. But this is perfect for that. That's such a good idea.
Oh, yeah, I think I know the exact company you're talking about too.
I got the print. They'll send you a free package of like all their stuff so you can just look at it. I got the folder in the other room.
I love that we're over here too.
Oh yeah. I think if I remember correctly that my brain is breaking into my piece. Josh Demansky, who runs a bunch of games on our show, is here a bunch. I think they actually used like some of the prints from that for like something in their wedding or something like that, because he got married recently-ish. So and he said they were fantastic. So
awesome. I know so much more about it than I did a minute ago.
We're all growing as people all the time.
Right. And none of us can tell you the name of what it is, but you company out there, good job, you.
Thanks
it's
for your
not
Instagram
Newspaper
ad.
Club, is it?
Is it Newspaper Club? It might be.
It might be.
Yeah, I think I've seen that ad as well.
They're dope. Like I said, I got the digital and physical test print, and they're fantastic.
Huh.
All right.
Anyone ready to talk about their character? Yeah, let's say.
Yeah, let's do it. Why don't you start us off, Hunter?
Well, how do you know that I'm done with my character, Ryan?
Because you started before we even started.
I can't help it. So I'm playing Johnny Six Fingers. You know, he's very much like wants to appear very wealthy, and is in fact not at all. He drives a car that is decently maintained, but like a older model. As far as stats goes, he's not incredibly muscular, but he's not quite a schmuck. You know, I got 1 in my muscle. I put 2 in agility, 2 in driving because I'm the driver, and then I put 1 in luck because that just sounds fun. And as far as that was traits. And then as far as skills go, I have 2 in disguise, 2 in lockpicking, and 2 in stealth. He carries a stiletto. And yeah, that's Johnny. Johnny Six Fingers, you know, can get through any door. Don't let him next to your wallet.
Don't let him next to your wallet.
All right. Well, why don't you go, James? Because I'm going to remake my entire character because Hunter and me made the exact same character.
I just scratched out and changed a few things there while I was talking. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to I'm worried now that I just changed the changes you're changing. Anyway, so my character is named Benny McCool, aka Chips. I view Chips as kind of a survivalist, and I don't mean really experience that survival. I mean more like a cockroach, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gravitates toward whoever is powerful, like prime henchman material until his loyalty is in any way questioned. Anyway, So traits wise, we got some muscle of 1 and agility of 1. So I figure like he's got to be at least somewhat of a useful henchman, right? Observation of 2, and I feel that's mostly because he's nervous and twitchy and always watching. And then a luck of 2, because that's probably what's gotten him this far, really. And then some skills. We got 1 in gambling. We got 1 in lockpicking. But his love is pickpocketing. He's got 3 in pickpocketing. And you know, that's comes from a lifetime of being a bottom tier criminal here, and 1 in stealth. And he has a blackjack.
All right. Well, here we go then. So as I continue here, let's figure it out as we go. So I get to be 𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐖𝐀𝐕𝐄. That's my guy. He's now a big fan of explosives. That's kind of his whole thing. He's going to be our bomb guy. Nice. So I got definitely not 6 fingers. Probably 6 fingers total at this point. Don't know what his 2 tricks are. Well, he does. You don't. But as far as his stats, we're going to go 2 muscle, 2 agility, 2 in luck. I feel like let's knock off one of those agilities and put another one in luck, because I feel like I've used enough. I need some more because these explosives are going to happen. And for skills, let's go 2 in explosives, 1 in safe cracking. Let's go 1 in stealth. Got to be able to put the bombs places. 1, 2, 3. And nothing else is important. What is fingerprinting? Is it me being fingerprinting other people?
Well, yeah, both actually. It would sort of involve like avoiding getting your fingerprints on stuff, but also if you're more of the investigative type, taking fingerprints.
I'm gonna do 1 in I guess fingerprinting, because I work with a lot of fine wires and things putting these bombs together, and I don't want to accidentally leave a little fingerprint on them. And
you
for
don't get
weapon,
your grubby mitts all over everything.
I don't. I gotta have some of the gunpowder in it, right? I love the revolver as the +1 against prone targets. Do you consider someone on their knees begging for their life prone?
Absolutely.
Okay. Wanted to make sure that that's what we're going for here. But I know we talked about it a little bit, but I feel like if I'm the bomb guy, I really only have one option in the list of weapons. Because if I like big booms, I like big booms, right?
We're going a very hunter build today, huh?
I'm going, dude. I don't know how I always default to the muscle guy or whatever every fucking time. What's funny is I almost picked the name Knuckles and realized that it was my character last time. So not doing that. But I gotta go shotgun. If big booms is big booms, so I'm going shotgun with my guy here. So
I mean, it'd be a shame if no one did, you know?
Yeah, we got 𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐖𝐀𝐕𝐄 with his shotgun and his bag of bombs. That's us. See?
Yeah, so and that's character creation. It's as simple as that. I enjoy games that get you into the action as quickly as possible, and that's my ethos when it comes to designing these games. But if there's nothing else, we can get right into it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna redo my character sheet so it doesn't look like this. But we can get into it. Let's go. Let me crank the not tunes. Yep. Let's do it.
All right. So we open on a early January morning on the streets of New Babylon. There's a snow falling. The streets are littered with snow drifts like head high. icicles are, coming off of all the rooftops, and there's steam just drifting over the rooftops of the city. We zoom into an apartment window above a pub, above Mahoney's pub, and we go into the apartment. There's a radiator hissing in the corner. Hiss. And the three of you are here in this apartment. What are the three of you doing right now? Let's start off with Johnny Six Fingers.
So Johnny's probably sitting a few feet from the radiator. He's probably fairly dressed, sitting cross-legged on the ground, playing solitaire. It's just a deck of cards, just throwing them down. And like every few minutes, he just looks at him and like mixes them all up, shuffles, and starts again.
Yeah, playing solitaire with a deck of 51.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't quite get
it. Yeah, as you're sort of like scratching your head over this game of solitaire in the corner, Benny Chips, what are you doing?
I'm pacing the floor back and forth, kind of nervously, like adjusting my like threadbare coat repeatedly and just eating the driest crackers you could imagine with no forethought as to where the crumbs land, just like making a mess.
Yeah, just sort of like this, what is that? You open up the Nature Valley pack and it's just a mountain of crumbs just falling all over you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally that.
All right. And then Enzo Two Tricks, what about you? What are you doing on this cold January morning?
I'm sitting in the corner at a small desk. It's like a fold-out chair, and you just see just stuff like piled all around me, perpetual hunch over the desk, and every now and then you hear like a little buzz of some solder and things like that, and like I'll drop something and be like, oh no, it's okay, we're good. I'm just I'm tinkering away with too much explosives in too small a room.
Yeah, and as you're doing this, as the three of you are sort of just like doing your own thing, milling about, you suddenly hear this like small cry coming from the corner. You look over and there's a bassinet in the corner.
Hmm.
Who goes to it first? Who responds?
Well, is this a mysterious new bassinet out of nowhere, or are we aware of this bassinet already?
No, it's been there.
Yeah, I guess Johnny puts down his cards, and like he's in the middle of like pulling out a cigarette, and he hears the crying, and he like stuffs it back in the his pack of fortunate strikes, and like puts it back in his pocket. And he stands up and he goes and leans over the bassinet and he looks in.
Yeah, there's a small infant there in the bassinet. It's a Hugh Herkimer, heir to the Herkimer rifle fortune.
Good. I'm like, woo.
You three have kidnapped an heir and are now ransoming him for $50,000.
Perfect.
You know where the pickup point is, but here's the issue. You have to get Hugh Herkimer across the city. And everyone in the city knows it's you that did it.
Fantastic.
Good.
Thinking about this.
This is a great adventure start, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yep.
Cool. So we're in our own apartment, right?
Yeah, this is your apartment.
So I assume Johnny is like he's a disguise guy. He's a man of many hats, literally. He believes very much in hats. He believes that the hat you wear really dictates your personality. So he wants to get a disguise going to make himself look like a woman, like a tall woman.
A very statuesque woman.
Yeah, very statuesque woman.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, give me a roll, adding your disguise to it. And let's see, is there anything else applicable to this?
his moves. So portly, can stuff him into the brazier, maybe like pull him up a little bit.
Can I add luck to this?
You absolutely, you can.
Nice. You're gonna hear me say that a lot today.
Hey, that's what it's there for.
I rolled an 8.
Hell yeah.
That's with the bonus. I actually rolled 5, but plus 3, 8.
Nice.
So you two are sort of doing your own things. Johnny is, getting a disguise together, normal Johnny things. You look up and you sort of have to take a double take because it's like really, really spot on. It's really good. Like, unless you were looking like directly, like scrutinizing him, you wouldn't be able to tell otherwise.
Gentlemen.
Oh, hell, Johnny. How's this going to help us?
I'm Lady Cordelia Bloomfield.
John, Lady Cordelia, whatever. What are we going to do now?
Well, you two ruffians are in some trouble, but Lady Cordelia Bloomfield is just on a walk with her newborn in the freezing cold today.
You gonna disguise the newborn? You think they're not gonna recognize Hugh Harkner over here?
Don't all babies look the same?
Yeah, you got a good point, lady.
You two are sort of like duking it out. Enzo, what are you doing right now? How are you taking in all this?
Then you put the thing. Oh, wait, it's not the blue wire. Don't ever cut the blue wire. Leave the blue wire. It's the green wire. That's the one that we need to do here. So let me get this, and I'll just.
I don't think this place is any safe place for a child.
It was the green wire. That's right. Good. Okay.
Right, like,
that's good.
Staring right at Enzo. I don't think this is a safe place for anybody.
As you say that, there's a knock at the door.
Who is it?
It is. Who's at the door? It's Ma Mahoney.
I'm sorry. I think you have the wrong address.
You better open this door. I'm going to get my nephews up here to break your legs.
I look back at those two. I'm like, so without breaking character, not the face Johnny would make, but the face a statuesque woman would make,
Yeah.
Hey, if she opens the door, she's gonna lose a fucking hand. Just saying.
I think Benny is going to try and like hide out by the door frame, blackjack in hand. Like, James thinks if she didn't send her nephews up here already, probably isn't trying to really get at us right now, but Benny's not that chill, so.
Okay.
Oh, and just so you know, the door handle's booby trapped. If I need to roll explosives to see if it actually goes off or not, you just let me know.
Oh, okay. All right. So tell me how this booby trap is rigged.
Pretty small explosive we got there. It's just it's a little gunpowder in the keyhole, right? So as soon as she turns the handle from the outside, it's gonna swing the thing down and get the bada bing, bada boom.
Okay.
She becomes right. Ma Mahoney 4 fingers, if you know what I'm saying.
Good to know. All right. So who's answering the door? Does anybody answer the door?
I mean, I'm talking through the door as Lady Cordelia Bloomfield.
Okay. All right. All right. She says, I don't know what kind of funny business you're playing, but you three are 2 months late on your rent. I expect it by the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. I don't live here, but my 2 companions do. I'll make sure they run it down by the end of the day, sweetheart.
Johnny, is that you putting on a voice?
Johnny? Who's Johnny?
Bunch of loons they are, and you can hear her thumping away down the hallway.
Okay, I think Chips was just inspired suddenly, and as she starts stamping away, I imagine I know how to open the door without setting off this bomb, hopefully.
Enzo gave you the walkthrough.
Done it.
Yeah.
You've done it a couple of times before. You just flip the thingy. You need to flip it to the right, not to the left,
So yeah, I'm gonna do just that. Open the door.
Wait.
Ma.
Left, not the right.
Oh, all right. Whew. Looks at all of them, thankful they're still there. Ma! Hey, Mom! Ms. Mahoney!
You look down the hallway and there's this like hunched, like small little old woman with like a shawl over her head, and she turns and you can see that there are black like shades over her eyes, and she's got a baseball bat in one hand, and she turns and looks back down the hallway, not necessarily looking at you directly.
Yeah, I imagine for behind the glasses, it's kind of hard to tell where her eyes are focusing. Ma, it's like this. We got your money. We've been working real hard. We all got jobs out there, and yeah, I've been doing construction for like 3 weeks now. And my foreman, yeah, he's got the money for me to pay me. But you see all that snow out there. If I was trying to walk over right there, I'd be dead. I'd freeze my cockles off. I was wondering if we could maybe borrow your car to go pick up the money to pay the rent. We could throw in a little extra rental fee. Make sure it's nice and gassed up by the time we bring it back. You know we're always good for it, Ba.
Give me a presence roll.
Everyone knows Chips is a terrible liar and has no presence. All right. So we got a 7, and I don't think I have anything that is reasonable to add to this. Luck feels like a stretch. I don't know. I have luck, but
hey, you can add it to any roll.
Okay, yeah, I'll flash a like jagged smile, doing my best to appear charming, and we'll add some luck to that.
Flash a little.
Yeah, just a little bit of like chicken leg ankle to her. So with luck, that'll be a 9.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, she shuffles back down the hall towards you, and sort of like, again, not looking directly at you, just sort of you seem like a good boy.
Well, of course, Mahoney. Ma, you know me.
All right, but don't let that Johnny drive. I've heard him peeling out of here day and night.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Johnny lost his license. I'll drive myself. And
Lady Cordelia Bloomfield leans out the door and like, with her fake long hair is like, "Thank you, Ma."
This is my new lady, Ma.
She sort of like grimaces a bit, and she says, "You stay out of trouble now."
Oh yeah.
And
did I hear a baby crying?
No,
that was... It's mine.
Yes. Hers. Ours.
We're not sure.
You can see the suspicion on her face, but she doesn't really know how to react to this. She's like, all right, just as long as you get me the rent by the end of the day.
Yeah, we'll pick you up a cannoli from that bakery you like on the way back. We got you.
All right. And she pats you. She reaches up and tries to pat you on the cheek, but her hand kind of just whiffs by your face. Then she tries again and pats you on the cheek. And then she shuffles down the hallway downstairs.
Boys, I can't believe she bought that.
Bought what, sweetheart?
Johnny, lady, take the keys.
Daintily. Take some. Shall we depart?
All eyes toward Enzo.
At this point, Enzo he definitely has, those glasses that have too many lenses in them and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that. Definitely pulls those off, puts down the soldering iron, straightens up a little bit. It looks even worse. All right. Let me pack a bag. What's the plan?
I think
Johnny, why you dressed like a lady?
Oh, Johnny, I'm Lady Cordelia Bloomfield. You must be mistaken. And Lady Cordelia Bloomfield, by the way, has like a large sun hat, It's very important to Johnny. The moment he puts on somebody else's hat, he becomes that person. So there is no Johnny here anymore. It's just Lady Cordelia Bloomfield. And she has no idea who Johnny is.
You're doing an Andy Kaufman right now.
Which one's Andy Kaufman? Should I know that reference? I'm sorry. I failed you guys.
You should.
Oh, yeah.
That
guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you three know the drop-off point in the city. Right. It's a lonely pier. Yes, it's a lonely pier at the harbor. There's a barrel there where you're supposed to pick up the money and drop off baby Hugh.
Supposed to put the baby in a barrel.
Yep, put the baby in a barrel. Yeah.
I think that was a polka song.
I mean, it is the 1920s. People did literally mail children. It is a thing that happened. So sticking a baby in a barrel. I mean, they literally had cages on the window so they could put their baby outside during the day. So this is not, by any stretch of imagination, not, I guess, normal for the baby barrel situation. So how we getting there? We walking? It's snowing.
I got Mama's keys, Mama Honey. And I was thinking that Lady Cordelia Bloomfield could maybe take a drive over there. Why don't we put the kid in the front seat? I'll get in the trunk because they're looking for us.
Yes, and I think I should hold a bomb under my blouse just in case.
Looks like you already got a couple bombs under that blouse, yeah?
Oh, heavens.
All right. Yeah. We got to pack a few things here. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. So, all right. So you take this one. And I'll hand the lady a small device. Don't jump too high. And then I'm gonna stuff a couple in like were there fanny packs in the 20s? Is that a thing?
Yeah, have a satchel, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, like a mail bag kind of thing.
Messenger bag.
Thing.
Yeah, messenger bag.
I'll rock the messenger bag, which means I got to have the messenger hat thing instead of the fedora. Like that whole situation.
Sure.
I stuff some stuff in there. I'm like, Chips, you want one? You good?
I hate those things. Scares the hell out of me, Enzo.
I'll take yours. Stick it in there. Stick one. I'll like unzip my boot and I stuff something in my boot, and then like I lift up my shirt and I stuff something in there, and then I take my hat and I just put like a thing in there, and I'm like, all right, we're good.
Make sure nothing shakes out.
Make sure nothing's if it rattles, it ain't good.
This poor baby gets in the barrel, it'll be a miracle.
All right. So lead the way, lady.
Absolutely. And I pick up I'm holding the baby, right? I assume.
Yeah, sure. If you're holding the baby.
Does the bassinet have wheels on it? Is it like a?
Like a
Yeah,
pram?
we'll say it's one of those baby carriages. Yeah.
Yeah, a little pram. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I take it and I like, start to walk very, comfortably. Like I've done it. Like this is my life. Like this is the identity of who I am. This is
You're
my baby.
Sashaying down the hall.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So if you follow, you head downstairs through the pub. It's Mahoney's pub downstairs. Out the back, and there's like a detached garage, like in this like little snowy lot behind the pub. And yeah, there's Ma Mahoney's car there in the garage. It's like a beat up, we'll say a Model T or something.
Cool. Absolutely. We
Bulletproof
load the baby in the
windows.
front seat,
Yeah. Does it have
No
like
seat
a
belt.
shooting hole?
A shooting hole.
How do you think
Yeah.
Ma Mahoney's been
No.
living?
Yeah, right. She's retired old gauge
we
lady.
pile in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I am gonna like get in the trunk to be less visible, which I'm
Sure.
sure will
Yeah.
be helpful later.
Yeah, there's no way that could possibly go wrong.
Yeah,
Don't
what could happen?
worry.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
I definitely
so,
have my shotgun with me. I want to make sure that that's clear.
Would one of you
absolutely.
fine gentlemen mind getting out and starting the car? Because it's a right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. I got you. I got you, lady.
She like
and I'll go.
she like puts her hand on your hand and like looks at you in the eyes like, thank you so much.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Hold on to this real quick. Don't shake it. And I'm gonna go to the front and I'm just gonna do like.
Yeah, you got to kick it a couple times just to get it going. And the Model T like cranks to life. It sort of like sputters out this jet of exhaust and just filling the garage with this like black smoke, but you managed to get going. So there's two routes that you can take. The drop-off point is in the southeast of the city. You can head that way, cutting through the hobo jungle and Lonely Street, or you can head east, cut behind was Our Lady of the Blessed Shroud, which is an orphanage, across Lonely Street, and around Tarantella Manor, which is the house of like Boss Tarantella, one of the biggest gangsters in all the city. So you have two different ways to go at this point.
How's our relationship with that specific boss?
You have no qualms with him. He has nothing against you. You guys are kind of like low level like thugs.
Wait, nobodies.
You're
Is
nobodies.
Is this our us trying to make a name?
Yeah, this most definitely. This is you trying to get sort of get out of the gutter, basically.
Yeah. I once again try to convince the fellas that the Bomb Boys is a good name. They don't usually go for it, but I think it fits. I also as I climb back in the car, you hear like a tick, 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 and I just go. All right, we're good. But we got two routes, right? But the one goes behind the orphanage, and that makes me think a little bit, right? What if we steal a second baby? Right? And
Enzo, that doesn't even make sense.
No, because listen, right? Say like we stick the real baby in the trunk, right? And then if we get mugged on the way, right? Say someone just stops us, pulls a gun, reaches in the car, takes the baby, right? We still got the right baby.
You want to stick the real baby back here with me? I don't know, guys.
Think you can handle the baby?
You see him? He looks mean.
Actually,
All babies look the same.
Actually, I think part of that is a fantastic idea. We should put the baby in the trunk. That way, if we do get stopped on the way, we have no baby.
Well, if we don't got any baby, ain't they gonna look in the trunk?
Oh, no.
Let's just strap it underneath the car.
Somehow
Let's
that
just,
no was the most believable, comforting no Chips has ever heard.
Why don't we just strap the thing up under the car?
No, it might die.
You can't wrap a baby under the car. It's not a bomb.
They stick them out the windows.
We fully transitioned to the Three Stooges, you know?
Hey, it was going to be that way eventually.
Era appropriate.
So, listen, how do we feel about my steal a second baby idea? I just need to know.
I think Lady Cordelia Bloomfield is downvoting that.
Listen,
Well, I mean,
okay, to continue with that option, why don't we steal 2 more babies and we each got a baby?
Yeah, I mean,
and it gives us like a couple of shots, right? Like we go one way, someone stops us, takes a baby. We go the other way, someone stops us, take the baby. Everyone knows we ain't got no baby no more. Then we drop off the real baby in the barrel.
You know,
Bada
admittedly,
bing, bada boom.
Admittedly, like in all tabletop games I've ever played, especially with you, Ryan, this is the dumbest idea you've actually ever had. But
this is an amazing idea.
I wonder if it's more trouble than it's worth, you know?
Well, I mean, if we're going to get a second baby, how much harder is it to get a third baby at that point? It's
not, I mean, we're going to an orphanage, just nothing but babies in there.
Yeah, it's like when Mama McCool used to make dumplings. You make 2, you might as well make 50, you know?
Oh, yeah, dear, right? I appear to be outvoted.
Yeah, people just popping out babies left and right. We got
Let's
go
a
baby smorgasbord over there. Yeah.
Okay, but I get to pick which baby I carry, okay?
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Wait, so are we doing this?
Is
this something we're actually...
Listen, yes, we're doing it.
Okay, well, that was a joke plan, but it's also amazing, so let's fucking do it. We're stealing more babies.
But it's
so
not
I guess
like...
we're taking the route near the gangster boss and Our Lady of...
Eternal Suffering.
Baby
Shrouded
seeds,
Hope.
Yeah.
What was that?
Shroud, yeah. Something
Our Lady
that has
of the
to
Blessed Shroud.
Oh, the Blessed Shroud.
Yeah. It's clothes or pain. That's just how it all works. That's the entirety of Catholic guilt. So I guess we're going that way.
All right. Someone roll me 2d6.
Ryan, it's all you.
Got it. 2d6. I got an 8 on the dot. A 2 and a 6.
Okay.
Do I get any luck or anything with it, or is that just a random? This is the mooks we run into.
It's just the mooks that you run into. So as you exit out of the back lot of the Mahoney's pub, you get onto the city street and you putter along through the snowdrifts around frozen cars and snowdrifts. You actually manage to enter into what appears to be a group of on the side of the street, a group of hobos panhandling. One of them playing a harmonica, and you actually see one of them writing in what looks to be like cryptic symbols on the sidewalk as you're driving past. You know, you're going like 15 miles an hour, so you're able to see all this.
Do we know the cryptic symbols? Is it like low iron, like cool on dry, like the laundry hieroglyphics, or is there something else?
Let's see who has let's see, does anybody have anything in, let's say, forgery?
No. Damn, I almost did forgery instead of lockpick.
No. Well,
I have I don't even have observation.
Well, observation. How about that? Who has observation?
Well, I got 2 dots in observation, but I also stuck myself back in the trunk.
You can see out a window, but you recognize it as a hobo language.
Okay.
Yeah, so you recognize it as this guy is basically keeping tabs on everything on the city streets on the sidewalk here.
Boys, that guy's writing a novel about us. I'm sorry. Boys and Cordelia.
I prefer lady, but thank you.
Is this like 1920 thieves can't? Is that what's happening right now?
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they're just taking notes on who's passing.
Yes, and go ahead.
So I'm a woman driving a car that's not Johnny's car, right? So we're like fairly innocuously disguised.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's just like woman driving car.
Yeah. And I'm perpetually, anytime there's not something to do, I'm perpetually heads down, like messing with something, like always, like, you know, doing this. So you see the top of my messenger hat, and someone just mumbling away, you know, whatever the 1920s version of like a strawberry pie was.
Okay. All right. Well, Benny, you actually catch that up ahead based on these notes, and you're able to catch this from the car because he's probably scrawling them up on like a wall of a building as well. You can catch that there's actually cops up ahead.
Hey, crew, there's some wonkers up ahead.
Ah, lovely. I love a man in uniform.
Yeah, they're not gonna love you though. Maybe we should take a turn.
Is there a turn for us to take?
Yes. Well, actually, you're going to hit Our Lady of the Blessed Shroud first, but there's going to be a route heading northeast and then southeast. So the cops are northeast. You can head southeast instead.
Okay. Well, then we pull up to Our Lady of the Blessed Shroud.
Hey, don't pull up to the front of the fucking building. We're stealing babies here.
I thought we were adopting a child.
They don't just, well, I don't know. It's 1920s. I don't know. They don't just hand them to you. I guess we don't even got no monies. You got to be buying babies. This is human trafficking.
Well, and I think maybe Lady's got something. If we tell them we're adopting a child, we got an in. Boom.
We'll just take one out for a test drive. We'll bring it back tonight.
I mean, how else do you choose one, right? They gotta let you try them out.
I do get a bit of...
Please let me handle this, gentleman.
Hey, lady, you got it. Go get him.
Yeah. So, Lady Cordelia Bloomfield, gets out of the car and stands up, her tall, statuesque self, and she walks into the building.
I wolf whistle from the car.
Right? Lady's kind of a looker.
Just to describe the orphanage, it's like this tall brownstone, and there's just children everywhere. There's like easily like 60 children just running around and like scrawling on the building wall and like playing in the snow,
Could just snug them. We could just take them home. We got to do this whole
like they're doing the little kid thing where they just stare at you.
I'm like,
past.
Hello, hi, children.
Just staring daggers through you, and you enter in, and you're quickly ushered to the office of Mother Mary Stigmata, who is the.
It's never a good name, It's always like, yeah, Ryan's right. It's always pain or clothing or.
You go to knock, and there's a voice on the other side of the door that says, "Who is it?"
I am Lady Cordelia Bloomfield.
Come in, and the door just swings open, and she's sitting behind her desk.
Spooky. So Lady Cordelia Bloomfield walks in, and she sits down across from that person.
Yeah, the only seat is a little kid's desk that you have to kind of squeeze into.
Oh dear, how unladylike. Do you have a chair that I may sit in?
What's good enough for the children is good enough for you.
Oh, fantastic. And so this tall, statuesque woman sits down, like, hello.
How may I help you?
Well, I'm on my way to meet my husband at the docks. And we were interested in adopting a small baby, preferably a boy. And we were just wanting to take one out for a test drive today to see how it went.
A test drive?
Yeah, you don't want to take a baby home permanently and find out that that baby doesn't love your family or you. But just for an afternoon outing, I'm sure the child would love it.
What's your presence?
It's
Nothing.
but I
Yeah,
am disguised,
you
so
are disguised. You are disguised. I'll give you a +1 on that. So give me a roll.
can I use luck as well?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. I rolled 6, so 7 and 8.
She eyes you
Nice.
up and says, well, it's a little uh unorthodox,
Mm.
but I don't see what's the harm in letting you see the children, at least.
Hmm. Okay.
So she gets up, motions for you to follow her.
So like slide out of the. No, actually, to get out of the desk, you have to rotate your legs out and then
Mhm.
stand up and press down them so you don't get stuck in them. So that's how she exits that desk, just so you know.
Yep. So you follow her and you end up in the nursery in the orphanage. And I'll say there's 2 babies here in the nursery. She apologizes. It's been a slow month. So there's not that many babies. And there's a couple babies there. One is a little girl, one is a little boy. Um, and yeah, they're
Just to be clear, the baby we already have is a boy, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I look at the little boy. I'm like, Gucci, Gucci, goo. And I'm like, I think my husband would be so happy to have a young son. Don't you feel the same?
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'll take him with me just for the afternoon, and we'll come back tonight, and we'll decide how it went.
Let me take your information down before you go.
Absolutely.
What do you tell her?
Oh, I tell her Lady Cordelia Bloomfield. And then what information does she want? Like an address?
Yeah, she wants an address.
I assume that like I'm fairly familiar with the city, right?
Oh yeah.
I give her an address to like kind of an upscale like housing complex that I've maybe broken into before or like like stole from before.
Stole mail from.
Yeah, or stole. Actually, that's so on point for my character. Actually, yeah, it's like I stole mail from at some point. So the original concept for this character is that just like when he's not in dress, he like walks around and just like picks things up from people when they're not looking. Not quite pickpocketing, but just like
Little
kind of sticky
klepto-y.
fingers.
Yeah.
But not when he's in character because this character is a person. So
this character is real.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's 100% real. She is a real person, kind of.
So yeah,
he's 100% real, kind of.
100% real. Yeah, you basically take a baby for a test drive. You grab the little boy and coochie coochie coo,
yes.
and then just like football out the door.
No, she's a lady. She's a lady from a fine neighborhood. She carries him like a baby all the way out. But she's particularly strong because actually she's not a lady, but one arm, and is like, very well, we'll see you this evening.
And Lady Mary Stigmata just stands there waving, just very dumbfounded with what just happened.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so I get back to the car.
Holy
I put
shit. You got a baby.
Well, of course I did.
Enzo, she got a baby. But where's the second one? I thought we all gonna have a baby.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I don't think that was gonna work out.
Well, then which one of us doesn't get a baby? That doesn't seem fair.
Hey, I'm fine without a baby. I got enough.
Here,
I got enough to carry and take care of.
You know, he probably shouldn't have a baby. That's a good point.
So real quick, I switched the baby's outfits.
Okay.
Thanks, Chips.
And then I'm like, Enzo, would you like to take the rich person's baby back there with you?
No, I ain't taking no baby. That's
I'm sorry,
Chips.
not Enzo. Chips.
Yeah,
Chips is in the
Chips
trunk.
got the
Like I kind of like give them both the once over. I'm like, yeah, okay, oh, yeah, I'll take the rich one.
Perfect. So the rich one dressed in the orphanage clothing, and then the orphanage one dressed in rich clothing in the front seat, and we are off.
All right, little Huey, let's get back in the trunk, you and me, buddy.
Oh, wait, what's the baby's name again? Huey what?
Hugh Herkimer.
Great. Very terrible
little baby
last name. You know?
Yeah.
Like, why did they have such ugly last names? What's the deal?
But obviously, the moment you heard it, you're like, "Oh, that's a rich baby." Obviously.
Yeah.
So, the other problem with the Model T is it ain't got no trunk.
Oh.
So you're just all the way in the back, but you get to peek out that window in the back, right? That's where you're at, just all the way in the back.
Yeah, like obviously, like under some kind of blanket or something.
Yeah, I got a tarp back there or something.
Yeah. That way I can also peek out the window, so that would be helpful.
Perfect.
Wonder when now I have to deep dive when the car trunk was invented. Anyway.
Okay, I've driven enough. If someone else, not Lily driving, but I mean the adventure.
Oh no, lady, listen, you apparently I know I'm not the boss, and I feel like Chips ain't quite the boss either. So
Chips ain't the boss. That's really true.
Technically, I think John is the boss.
Well, John is the boss. You know, he's
So yeah, I guess we divert our path, right? We don't want to go northeast. We want to go. You said southeast.
Mm-hmm. Southeast.
So southeast, and then cut back up north to hit the dock.
So the docks are actually, so if you hit southeast, you'll be hitting Lonely Street. It's a street that stretches the entire span of the city. It's a very contested ground between a lot of rival gangs. And then from this point, you'll have to cut northeast and hit Tarantella Manor, and then go south to hit the docks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we kind of got contested territory or cops right now, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like maybe we could get past the cops with maybe one baby. Well, we got two babies. We got to keep quiet.
That's all right. This one's under the blanket. Uncle Benny's got it.
Yeah. Hugh like does that baby thing of grasping your finger and then laughing.
Oh my God.
If he gets too loud, just shake him. That's what other parents do in the 1920s.
He just grabbed my finger. He got a little handy and just grabbed my finger.
How cute.
I don't know if I want to give this baby up.
Oh, great. New problems every day. Yeah, so what do you guys... I'm divided. What do you guys think?
I'm kind of thinking cop it, too.
You can go through the cops?
Yeah.
Okay. What does Enzo think?
I think I said no cops, but I got my shotgun. So
well, we want to use a shotgun. Guess it's all where we want to use the shotgun at.
This seems like a really great situation for all of us. Fuck it. Go ahead.
No, fuck it. No, because I'm fully assiding. So let's make a plan and then I'll do that.
I was going to say, fuck it. Let's just go through the cops.
All right. Fuck it. Let's go through the cops. And just in case anyone out there wants to know, the trunk was integrated into cars sometime in the early 1930s. One of the first times was in the 1934 Buick Club sedan. Prior to that, it was literally a trunk that was strapped to the back of cars.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so as of right now, if we got a trunk, we're literally stuffing chips and a baby into a trunk strapped to the back of the car.
Oh, interesting.
Because we're in the 1920s. So anyway, Kappas.
Yeah. So you head back onto the city streets, heading northeast, and you get stopped by two cops. It's like a line of traffic. There's two cops up ahead just checking cars, basically. And you've got 6 cars in front of you. So you have time to decide what you want to do.
I'm just gonna lie if I'm talking, so
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna not talk.
And I'm just gonna try and not move as much as possible while under this tarp, while keeping Huey entertained to keep Huey quiet.
All right. So you
in case I need it, right? Shotgun is in my messenger bag, and I'm just gonna put my messenger bag across my lap. So the shotgun is aimed at the door the cops will be on, just in case.
I think the story I'm going to go with is that Enzo is in fact my my like butler bodyguard.
Okay, well then I should be in the. I mean, so where does everyone imagine themselves in the vehicle right now?
Well, I'm driving. We can switch spots. So.
Yeah, I'm backseat under a tarp with the baby.
How many seats do we have? Is it just the 2 in the front and then the back seat and then the tarp?
It's a 4-seater, yeah.
Okay, all right. I don't know why in my head I imagined that the entire time I've been sitting in the back seat while she's been driving. But I think if we have if they can't see us, it might be a good idea for me to like be the driver while the mom does a thing.
I'll
and then
hold
we got
the baby and absolutely.
Yeah, and if you kind of listen, if you shake it a little bit and it cries, sometimes the cops will just be like, yeah, they don't want to deal with it, and then we'll just go.
That's unfortunately a really good idea.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately.
Listen, and if that one is screaming so loud no one can hear nothing, then they can't hear the one in the back, you know what I'm saying? So listen, if you just gotta, it ain't the real baby.
Got it. Thank you, dear. Yeah. When we pull up, let's just say that you're my mute butler, so no talking.
Am I listen, I mean, you ain't that bad to look at. I could be the husband,
Oh.
So you pull up. And this square-jawed, low-brim hat, cop just leers in and just looks at the two of you. And he says, where are you headed, sir?
Good afternoon. Is it afternoon?
Yeah, I'd say it's about 10 in the morning.
Oh, good morning, officer. My butler was just driving me to meet my husband at his warehouse that he runs down by the pier. And very quietly, and my hands holding the baby, and one of my hands is under it. I pinch the baby's leg really hard with my hand that's under the baby. So the baby, I assume, just starts screaming.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's okay, dear. We're almost there to see your husband, to see your father. We're almost there.
The cop reaches into a breast pocket and is rifling around for something, and he's just eyeing up Enzo in the driver's seat. And it's just does he speak?
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is my butler, Enzo. He does not actually speak. He was born mute. He's a family friend, but we hired him. He does a great job as a driver, and he makes sure that I'm, escorted by a man anywhere that I go. It would be improper for a woman of my stature to go alone, even though my husband is so busy.
The cop kind of squints at this and pulls out a photograph, and it's just holding it up to the baby. You better quiet him down.
Oh.
Go ahead on. All right, and you're ushered on through.
Catastrophe navigated.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so
I oink out the window as we no.
Did we make it?
Listen, I could say a cab, and they don't know what that is. It's the 1920s.
It's the 1920s. All right.
Yeah, we made it. Yes, we made it.
I told you.
I hate cops.
Yeah, fuck them. Did you? You did it, didn't you? You punched the baby or something? Is that what you did?
Oh, I just gave him a slight pinch.
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is, and I'm like, driving now, and I'm gonna like, kind of get a little bit, whatever with it, I'm just saying, I've had a couple of good ideas. I'm just saying, I had a couple of good ideas today, all right? If we would have had the regular baby in the front seat, who knows what would have happened?
Don't worry, Huey. I'd never pinch you like that.
He giggles and coos and like just sort of like starts reaching towards your face.
And this kid is a trip. Do you all see this?
Yes, he loves you so much.
Oh my gosh, you think so? Oh.
All right. So you make it to Lonely Street. And currently it's all quiet. Nothing to see. It's an empty alleyway that you're sort of like creeping down in your car. And yeah, like it's pretty quiet. Usually there's like turf wars going on down here, but it seems that they've given up for the day. At this point, you can go directly south along Lonely Street and all the way to the docks, or you can avoid the rest of Lonely Street going southeast towards Tarantella Manor.
So
might not be the smart decision, but Lonely Street just sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, Lonely Street sounds like a good time, right? I mean, I'm driving this thing right now. I could decide where we go, but we'll see. I don't know why they ain't beefing today. But I mean, the other thing is, we know that that hobo knows. Do we think that hobo knows that what we know, that he knows we know, that we saw what he was writing? Was he writing about us? Do we think that maybe they waiting for us?
I mean, who's out there looking for Lady Cordelia Bloomfield?
Everyone, from what I know, everyone out there is definitely looking for the baby.
There's gotta be plenty of babies in this town.
Well, I mean, we got two of them, because we took that other baby anyway. So I don't know. Why would we? Is there any reason we would go towards Tarantino or whatever?
They don't know our name yet. We could keep it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Just don't know why I'm getting a bad feeling that this street's so empty. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't normal. What time of day is it?
It's about around let's say 11 at this point.
11, like middle of the day 11 or 11 at night 11?
11 a.m.
Oh, damn, yeah. Unless they on a fucking lunch break from fighting, which sounds fucking ridiculous. I don't know why they wouldn't be here, is all I'm saying. Makes no sense.
In the old country, middle of the day all the time, you take a break. You get some pasta, you drink a little,
wine?
I was thinking about what's dropped into an Americano, because suddenly my knowledge of coffee has flown out the door. Yes. You have a little espresso, a little like pasta dish. You take a break.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
I know. You stop stabbing the guy. You go get some spaghetti together. You get a cannoli, a little gabagool.
Oh, man, I could kill a cannoli right now.
Right? I know, but it's just usually that's like 1 p.m. kind of shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is I got a bad feeling this streak till fucking empty at 11 o'clock in the morning.
And so you got like 5 bombs on you. I got a bad feeling all the time that you're just gonna go, and the feelings aren't real.
Feelings ain't real.
You ever see a feeling?
I mean, you ever see the air?
Oh shit. No, I ain't never seen the air.
Yeah.
Oh man, air ain't real either. That's a real. Oh.
No, I don't feel like that's the conclusion you're supposed to come to from what I said right there. Air is real, feelings is real.
How am I gonna raise this kid in this world with air that may or may not be real?
My fucking God, Chips, this fucking guy. Listen, air is red. Listen, what are you breathing right now? Nothing?
Well, I don't. He like just starts trying to grab it. It don't matter. It don't matter. Whatever I'm breathing, it don't matter.
It matters. It matters here, right? Right. So like, if air is nothing, then you don't gotta breathe nothing. So stop breathing. Hold your breath. See how long that fucking lasts.
Yeah, you know what I'm breathing right now? I'm breathing in the sweat of you and Lady Cordelia up here as we try and get this baby to the barrel.
Yeah, right. I know. What I'm saying is, what direction we fucking going? Lady Cordelia is being exceptionally quiet right now, which is not like her. But
I don't know. It's this whole character acting thing that she does, you know?
Yeah, I think is she mad at me?
For the last time, we're not always mad at you. You know, every time we do this, it's emotional labor we got to do to reassure you.
Listen, I don't mean you, Chips. I mean Lady Cordelia. I feel like there's always something I'm doing to the lady. Like, if I don't pick the right restaurant
I guess I don't
or whatever, she's mad at me for no fucking reason. You know? And then she does the whole silent treatment bit, and it's the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I just wish we lived in a world where we could just, talk about these things and be upfront and just... Like, why is everyone hiding it till they're resentful? An open line of communication is...
Yeah, if there was just some type of person that we could go to talk about our feelings, and even if I had to pay them a little bit, not too much, so that everybody has access to it, but, that would be really a nice thing that we'd be able to do.
Well, I mean, like, if feelings is real, and I'm not saying they is, but if feelings is real, everybody has them. And so wouldn't it make sense if, I don't know, there was some like, I don't know, maybe the government was just to pay for everybody to talk about their feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe at some point if we get like a new deal that really helps fund public services, that would be fantastic. I just hope someone doesn't come along and, I don't know, start busting unions and reducing the tax rates on the richest and
I don't think anyone could.
No, that would be ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine if someone really thought that giving money to the rich would somehow trickle down to us poors?
If it did, we wouldn't be out here doing this right now, would we? Because
exactly. As long as someone like that doesn't come along and fucking ruin America, then we're good where we at, right?
I can't wait to see this place in about, you can't even imagine what it might look like in 103 years, 104 years.
Yeah. As long as someone like that doesn't come along, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we should go down Lonely Street.
All right, Lady Cordelia, how you feel about us going down Lonely Street? What are your thoughts and feelings and emotions? We've been talking about feelings here. What are yours?
Yeah, a lot of talks about feelings.
Sorry, I had an emergency call I had to take. What was the thing I missed? We're going down Lonely Street, which we tried to avoid earlier specifically.
That was what I was saying, but he was saying, listen, my feeling, we got like 2 seconds before I got to make a turn. My feeling is Lonely Street's really empty, kind of lonely for some fucking reason that makes no sense to me at 11 o'clock in the morning. We going on this, so we heading towards Boss Tarantino or whatever his fucking name is.
Oh. Well, we're nobody to Tarantino, right?
We're nobody to nobody, really.
That's
we're nobody with a baby.
You know what? What do you
Nobody
guys
with two babies.
Yeah, you guys make the call.
We already made the fucking call. Now we need your fucking opinion because we got
Then
two
that's what we're
different
doing.
opinions.
So-
That's why there's three of us fucking here. Well, I say don't Lonely Street. He says do Lonely Street. So we need your fucking opinion, lady. You got plenty of them all fucking day.
Huey ain't gonna break the tie. Oh, you Huey. Look at you. Little man.
I say, let's go for Lonely Street. Now, just for the record, I want you guys to know that my girlfriend's currently trapped at the Portland airport because our airport got closed. And so they flew her out to Portland and she went to go rent a car. And it was so expensive that instead she's taking a 2-hour Lyft ride.
Oh my God.
She hired a Lyft. So she just called me. She's like, so it was too expensive to rent a car, but I got a Lyft. And so she's driving. A Lyft driver is driving her from Portland to Eugene.
That is wacky.
Yeah, I would. If I was that Lyft driver, I'd be furious. So,
hey, they accepted the job.
They did accept it. So,
yeah.
Wow.
So Lonely Street.
So Lonely Street, you say, huh?
Yeah. All right. Someone roll me 2d6 as you're heading down Lonely Street.
I rolled the last one. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
We got a 6 down Lonely Street.
6 down Lonely Street. Okay. All right. As you're heading down Lonely Street, you get to a point where you can move no further in the car because there's about 40 or so people basically like demonstrating outside of this small factory that's on Lonely Street, hoisting signs and demanding fair pay.
Fucking right, you guys. Keep union strong.
This is just what we were talking about, Enzo.
That's right. Yeah.
I think we all react positively to this, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, we should have listened to you and go the other way. I'm sorry about that. I didn't foresee this.
Can we turn around?
There's actually a side street that you can cut down.
Oh, that sounds bad. It sounds like a bad idea.
It heads to Tarantella Manor.
Oh, so they really want us to go to Tarantella Manor. I feel like we're getting
Well,
kind of...
failed the roll to go down this street, so...
The dice decided that.
Yeah.
The dice decided that we're going down.
We could get out of the car and walk through this crowd with the babies, and I'm sure it would be fine.
That is an option.
How far away is the dock from here if we start walking?
Let's see. If you walk from this point...
oh, yeah, this is also not our car.
Yeah,
I was going to say, yeah, if we want to be able to live at a fucking apartment, we might not want to leave.
I mean, I don't think we do. Even if this goes well, they're going to know we have the money. If people know how to find us there. I don't know if we want to go back there.
That is an amazing point, actually.
Hey, listen, I got to at least stop by back there. I got plenty of stuff that if someone touches, we won't be able to go to the pub anymore either because that shit won't fucking be there is all I'm saying. I mean, it's if someone touches my stuff, it's gonna go boom. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
we got it. Yeah.
No. So
I don't listen. Oh my, you fucking guy. Listen, we're in a car that drives faster than we can fucking walk. It's not like we're taking the side street and driving into the person's fucking manor. We can just take the side street, go up one, and make a left, right?
Okay.
And none of us have any decent presents, huh?
No, I don't. So
okay. I was just thinking, like, oh, what if this turned into a riot and they pushed into the building? But I don't know that we have the necessary means. So the necessary means.
I mean, here's the thing: if I need to clear the street, I can clear the fucking street. If you know what I'm saying.
You're not bombing the union.
Yeah,
I gotta draw a line somewhere.
No. I'd obviously bomb the fucking business. I mean, who the fuck do you think I am?
You know, actually, that might be all right.
What kind of business are they protesting?
It's a shirt factory.
So textiles.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Hey, you know what the working conditions are in places like that?
They lose fingers all the time in those machines.
Yeah.
Like they're not safe.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, and
I mean,
I'm
if
right
anyone
there with
would
them.
know.
You know.
So we're gonna go by the manor then. I think.
Wait, so I'm not bombing the building?
No.
I haven't even got to put a bomb down all fucking day. Is all I'm saying.
Oh my god, bomb the building then.
No, we can go down the thing. I'm fucking turning already. You told me, and I was stuck with it. So we turn towards, what? I keep saying Tarantino. Tarantella, because Tarantino's a hack. Tarantella Manor.
So 2d6. Someone roll me 2d6. Hunter,
Ooh,
you have
it's
it.
my
Hunter,
turn.
it's on yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Please don't suck this time. 9.
9. Okay.
I've hit the threshold of
Ooh.
8. My 2 other rolls I rolled under, but I just enough points to hit 8. This is the first time I've rolled above an 8, actually.
And who knows? It's random encounters. This could be terrible.
All right. You're heading down the street towards Tarantella Manor when you see that marching down the street are what appear to be a large grouping of, like, you think they're cops at first, but then you get to a closer look at them and you're like, oh no, it's the Silver Swords. And it's like these black coated, jack-booted thugs with silver swords embroidered across their shirts.
Mm.
And they're just marching down the street. They're demonstrating.
Want to be cops? Are they fascist fucks?
There's a actual, like, a lot of cars are stopped, and there's a cop walking by, just sort of like
giving them the thumbs up too.
Telling people that they need to turn around, and he comes up to your car and like motions to you to roll down the window. Sorry, folks, you're gonna need to turn your car around. They're demonstrating today.
Oh.
What
demonstrating what?
They got their day in court. It's the fucking Nazi party.
Oh, so shouldn't we run them down? Wouldn't the world be better if we just kept going in our cars and they just clunked under them?
I'm just saying, I hate New Babylon Nazis.
A cop said that?
I'm not gonna.
Well, I guess we'll fucking turn around.
All right.
What? You're gonna turn around?
Oh, no, yeah, because no, we're gonna turn around to a side street, and Enzo is gonna use a bit of stealth. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, good.
We're not actually, like, as the car turns around, because Chips didn't quite get that. We're not actually leaving, are we?
Oh, fuck no. I turn, I park, and I take my bag, and I'm like, we got something to do. Who's staying with the fucking babies? And I just step out of the car.
I'll stay with the babies.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to keep that engine going.
I will. Of course.
Why don't you hop in that driver's seat and make sure the door stays unlocked too? I pull my hat down, pull my jacket tight. I'm like, Chips, you coming or not?
Yeah, I won't miss this. Come on.
Let's fucking go. Here, take this. And I chuck something over my shoulder.
Oh no, is this one? What am I doing with this, Enzo?
Hey, you throw out when I tell you to. All right, that's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna turn back. Hands in my pockets, messenger bag, kind of tucked into my jacket, and hat down. And what am I? What am I looking at when I see this here?
So there's a big line of cars, basically a bunch of people that are just attempting to turn around. There's a line of them, basically. And before them, there's a large grouping of these silver shirt folks, like just doing their dumb goose step through the streets, there's basically just maybe I'm gonna say, there's just a single cop, that one that told you probably need to turn around, just like watching from the sidewalk. and the silver swords are going around handing out pamphlets to people. But that's what you see in front of you.
Gotcha.
So I think we're splitting up, right?
Well, listen. All right, here's my thoughts, Chips. Why don't you go? Why don't you go have a conversation with the cop there, and I'll deliver a package or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a talk with the cop and also that car first in line. Maybe both of them at once.
Yeah.
Looks like they're having car trouble to me. Look like they're having car trouble to you?
Yeah, looked like they're having a bit of car trouble.
Yeah, it's good thing my father was a mechanic. I'll see what I can help them out with over there. What's the signal there, Enzo?
When you hear a boom, you should probably be running back to the car.
All right. Seems fair.
While they're doing this, Lady Cordelia Bloomfield's going to turn the car back around, like still on that side street, but like ready to like drive out the direction we, Yeah.
So, Johnny, why don't you give me a stealth check? Give me a +1, because Benny is keeping the cop preoccupied.
Cool. 9 + 1, 10.
Huh? Johnny? Oh shit, that's my bad. Enzo, I meant.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, so I rolled a 7 plus my stealth is 8. Do you want me to add anything else to that, or are we good?
You're good. All right. Yeah. So you start planting bombs. Where are you planting them at?
Well, I guess it depends on what I want the body count to be realistically. How many of them are here?
66. There's a lot of them.
All right. Well, I'm shooting for 100%. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a lap around the group, and just kind of drop them all around.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to just be like, woo, yeah, like kind of into the middle. And
one of them actually comes up to you and hands you a pamphlet.
Oh, thank you so much for this. Yeah, swords, right? And I'll open the pamphlet and I'll be like, woo, a day in court, right?
It's totally heinous shit.
What's up?
The pamphlet, it's totally heinous. Like you toss it into the snow.
Yeah. It's no, I don't. I get a couple more. Yeah, and I take a couple more, and I take a couple more, and I make sure that they're tucked in tight with my little package here. So when someone finds it, they might find parts of this pamphlet in it too. That's what I'm doing with that. Yeah.
All right.
And I would like to just get to the middle, and I would just like to leave a little something there in the middle, and then when I go, I'm gonna just get on out of here. And that one's got like just a second or two longer on it than the rest. So when the outside ones go, one comes into the middle. If you know what I'm saying.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, hey, you guys have a great day. All right, thanks so much. You keep doing what you're doing, and you have the day that you deserve. All right.
Yeah, a couple of yeah.
You have the day that you deserve.
Yeah,
that's such a great. That's a really great insult.
They're like, hey, yeah, and you hear one of them go, "It's like, hey, wasn't that guy Italian?"
Oh.
And if this is cool, if I can be a bit cinematic with it,
go for it.
As I step out of the group, one last one hands me a pamphlet, and I take it and I kind of do one of this, just like that, pretty loud, so that Chip nearby can kind of hear it.
Okay, I'll cast a glance over that way.
Yeah, and then I just put my head down, and like we hit like just a bit of slow motion as I tear the pamphlet in half, and right as I throw it over my shoulder, just, and it just like sprinkles down as like the things are coming up behind us, and like I'm slow walking away, and Chip comes into scene, and he's walking with me back to the car. We look over it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a little bigger than I thought, and we kind of like, and then
yeah,
and it cuts back to regular motion. We start running.
I'll give an over the shoulder of the one you gave me at any place I saw that didn't get covered as much as maybe it needed to be.
Oh, that's right, you got one too. And
yeah, and it's just like absolute chaos. There's like, it's just like you said, the outer perimeter like blows, and driving them all to the center where they're basically grenades going off, and they like coalesce in the center where the last one goes off, just blowing them all to bits. And I imagine you two sprint back to the car, hop in, and you just peel off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the what is the like orchestral piece that's playing in V for Vendetta when he blows all those bombs?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
I'm whistling that, just so y'all know.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
If I knew how to whistle, if I could whistle, I would do that too, but I don't.
You can't whistle?
Got nothing. Yeah.
We'll work on it after a show.
Real loud, but yeah.
See, I can't do that. That's impossible.
Oh, so you can learn this. You can't learn to whistle though. You either can or you can't.
You hear that, Huey? I hope you're gonna be a whistler when you grow up.
Blah 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 blah, and he just like is smacking your face.
Yeah, so we drive.
This guy can't get enough of this kid.
All right. Yeah. And you head on, you through the over these silver swords. And yeah, you head on to Tarantella Manor. It's this big, sweeping, like Greco-Roman like manor house up on a hill in the city, like right near, like you can actually see the docks from where you are. But yeah, and there's like, you can see two armed men out by the front gates, just watching you three like pass as you pass in your car.
Fine, this is fine.
We don't need to stop here, do we, lady?
Yeah, I don't think we even need to look. Just keep looking forward. Keep looking forward.
Yeah. I got nothing. Am I holding the baby now while you're driving?
I think so.
Listen, I work. So I don't say nothing, but you guys can see what's happening here, right? And then I handle bombs all fucking day, right? Like none of it fucking bothers me. But you can see when I'm like literally holding this baby in the most awkward fucking way possible. Because I got no fucking clue what to do with this fucking thing. Yeah, like this thing is gonna fucking explode, and I'm actually worried about this one. So it's like all I know is someone once told me to cradle the fucking head, and other than that, it's just like, I don't know, like I'm holding like a leg, or something. I'm just like,
Enzo, what the hell are you doing? It's not a chicken wing. What is this?
I don't fucking know. Let's just go. Let's just put this thing in the fucking barrel.
Put this hand there. Come on, do this. And like I'm like oddly very paternal. This like side none of you have seen from me before.
Yeah, Chips. I don't know. Maybe a life of crime ain't for you. Maybe you should settle down and get a lady, or just get somebody that you care about deeply, and spend the life with them.
Who, me? I mean, who would ever? I mean, I couldn't just be a dad to a kid like this. And look at it, it's like sunshine in a little box, Like I couldn't just kind of like trail off and stare at
Chip's just having like a really like transcendent experience, realizing that he like is such a kid person,
Yeah. Hey, listen, all I'm saying, Chips, is you can't keep that one. You can keep this one if you want. We got to give that one for the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that. Of course I know that. Yeah, I know that. This is Chips. Yeah. Come on, I'm one of you. I'm in the crew.
Chips, you look down and Hugh is just staring up at you, just with like big doe eyes, just with so much love.
In the crew with you. Maybe it could be a 2-man crew.
Okay.
Yeah, we just drive past the manor and head towards the docks.
All right, you head directly south. Someone roll me 2d6.
I think it's Ryan's turn again.
It's back to me again. Let's do this.
Back to the head.
I rolled a 9, a 6, and a 3.
Another 9.
A lot of 9s today, man.
Hey, 9's a good number. It's a nice round number.
It's like because I'm using a dice roller, and so after getting so many like 8s and above, I rolled a few times just to test that, and I failed every single one. I'm like, okay,
just get all the back ones out.
Yeah.
Are you using the roller die or a different one?
No, I'm using Google's dice roller.
Oh, I use the rolladie.net.
Someone give me an observation.
I have nothing in observation.
I got 2. May I?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely you got that baby down. I'm definitely still trying to figure out how to fucking hold this thing, so I'm not really looking anyway.
I got 11.
Okay, there's a car following you.
Hey, I don't want to panic anybody, but we got a tail.
Oh, not me, darling. It was removed when I was born.
That's actually a good one, lady. But maybe you want to take some evasive maneuvers? Try and outdrive this fella back there, huh? Can't be anything good.
I'd love to. And yeah, I'm like, Lady Cordelia is going to start driving like an absolute fucking maniac, but a practiced one.
Yes. Okay. Give me a driving.
I rolled an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Oh, holy shit. You've never seen a Model T make these maneuvers before. There's like skidding around corners, like going down side streets, and you can see from the rear view that it's a car full of silver swords.
I knew it was fucking Nazis, man. It's always Nazis.
Always Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
But you managed to evade them. You managed to lose them.
Yeah, like at one point in time, I start to turn like I'm going down a side street, and very last second, like jackknife it onto the sidewalk and then back onto the main street. And I assume I just lose them. It's too tight of a turn, Oh,
hell yeah. And they can't make it.
They didn't even know Model Ts could turn like that. So
yeah, like that wasn't invented yet.
Yeah. I basically drifted,
Yeah, you absolutely drifted.
So while that was happening, I was just holding the baby by one leg, and I had one hand on like my last, 1 or 2 bombs in my bag, just in case they got close enough. But I'll like I'll pick it back up, I guess, and just tuck that bomb back away.
Pick it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you managed to evade the silver swords, and you head towards the docks. You head through the gate, through the muddy wharf, towards the pier. And there it is, sitting on a lonely, isolated pier, a single barrel. Who's going to approach?
I feel like there's only one answer here.
Yeah, I feel like Lady Cordelia is going to approach with the not real child. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. So you approach. There's no one around.
Perfect.
You approach the barrel. Do you look in?
Yeah, I do look in the barrel.
Barrel's empty.
Oh.
And then you suddenly hear a freeze right where you are.
Me?
And you turn, and on a nearby yacht that's been docked, there is about, let's see, how many of them are there? Yeah. 11 suited men coming out of this yacht that's docked nearby. And they're approaching you. Yeah.
They're approaching me. I kind of think this is not the same baby, so.
Oh, you took the
I took the
ringer baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the this is not even the baby they're looking for. So
you're just a lady walking on the docks, which is weird,
absolutely.
but
John, this might be a little bit meta knowledge, but not that I think we all even care about that. But yeah, does this baby like look distinctly different at all? Like if this baby's mom picked it up, or the baby of like Huey's mom, would she be like, "Oh, this is not my baby"?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wave to him like, "Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. I was told to bring this baby here."
Give me a you don't have anything in presence, do you?
No.
Give me a 2d6.
Okay.
How much luck you got though?
Or my disguise?
Oh.
Yeah, you can do luck and disguise.
Cool. 7. I mean 5, 6, 7, so I fail.
Okay.
Finally failed one.
You say this, and one of they're federal agents. One of them walks up to you and just rips the wig from your head.
And so the hat comes off too?
Yeah, the hat comes off too.
I'm like, "Oh, dude, what do you not dude, sorry. That's very modern. Hey,
dude.
What's going on here?
Al,
buddy? What's your game, friend?
What's your game, pal? The federal agent says, Johnny Six Fingers, I presume.
Oh, hey, I only got 5 on each hand.
You're under arrest for the kidnapping of Hugh Herkimer.
Who?
Turn around, please.
Huh. I'm gonna toss him the baby and dash.
Okay. All right. So you do so and start running. And
yeah,
like that one federal agent just like holds the baby and the other 10 just start sprinting after you.
Cool. I don't think I'm running back to the car.
I was gonna say make a decision because I'll
what do you guys think? Should I run back to the car or no?
Hey, we're not there.
Yeah, that's I hate to say it, that's a you call with that one.
Oh fuck. No, I'm not gonna listen. We're friends, and I know the score. I know if one of us gets caught, it's on that one person. I'm not gonna drag the rest of us down. So I bolt in like the opposite direction from the car, like as far as I can. Like I kicked off the heels immediately and just like sprint.
I was gonna ask about the heels.
No, I kicked him off immediately. When they took the hat off, it was like the character's done. So
yeah, got it.
All right. Well, you're running. And you look back, and they're pulling. They're strapped. They're pulling their guns out on you, and they're like, "Freeze!"
How far away?
Freeze.
Yeah. How far
bolting.
away are the? How far away is the car from the agents?
Baseball
throw.
Yeah, baseball throw.
Time to throw a baseball.
Time to throw a baseball.
All right, go for it. Give me a roll, plus any appropriate traits or skills.
Explosives?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can I add my luck to it?
Luck, agility, whatever.
Okay, so it's impossible for me to fail because I got +3 luck and +3 explosives. So even if I rolled a double 1, I succeed. So you want to see how much damage I can do with this bomb on these agents?
Yeah, do damage.
Yeah.
Fuck, I rolled a 9 again. I rolled a 6 and a 3. So I rolled a total of 15.
Total of 15. So that's
8.
Oh, wait. Did you say I could add agility too? Because then it's 60.
Well, you can only add one trait at a time.
Oh, because if I added my muscle, it's 17. So yeah, I'll do explosives and I have muscle, agility, or luck, whichever one you think is most appropriate. I mean, it's a success either way, so it really just depends on.
Well, what gives you the most? What gives you the most?
Oh, the luck. Luck would give you the most. I put 3 in luck.
So what's your
total of 15.
Total of 15. So difference of 8. That is 7.
Well,
yeah,
7. 7. Yeah.
So that would off.
Now, do I need to necessarily off them? Or can I just have an explosion happen like between the two so they couldn't get a line of sight. I don't necessarily want to kill federal agents because then the heat's on us. But if I throw it like in front of them, so the mud kind of like splashes over all of them and like smoke goes up and they can't get a clear line of sight on Johnny, would that be okay instead of killing him?
You tell me what you want like the outcome of this to be.
That's what I want to happen is just like if it's the movie, like he tosses the baby and starts running and then it's a whole like freeze and like the guns come out or whatever. And then like you see one focusing on right as the finger starts to squeeze, just this massive explosion of mud and smoke goes right in front of them, splashes up. And then it like cuts to me, like bringing my arm back down from like the throw and like jumping back in the car. Like that's what I would like to happen if that's okay.
Yeah, no, totally. Go for it. Yeah. So yeah, that all happens. Johnny, you're kind of like thrown forward by the concussive force of the explosion, but you managed to keep on your feet. Do you run back towards the car? Where are you headed?
So they don't have a clear line of sight on me anymore, right?
No.
Then yeah, I'm running back to the car.
I'll scramble in the driver's seat and start driving it toward him, even though I've never driven before in my life.
Yeah. And I'll just chuck the baby in the back seat and I'll literally be like hanging out the side of the car, mobster style, like on the tracks or whatever, and like hand out towards Johnny.
Okay,
and just like scoop him up.
It's like that. It's like in Lord of the Rings where fuck, help me out. You know, Gimli and fucking Legolas and the horse. You know.
Yeah, like that. We do that. We scoop you because we're going a whole like 50 miles an hour. So you jog up to the car and I just like reach out a hand and you like step on.
Perfect.
Cool.
I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're all back together. You're peeling off. You've left these federal agents behind. No ransom money.
Still got their baby.
Money.
Still got the baby. What do you do?
Oh,
I guess for now we head back to I guess we head back to Mama Mahoney's.
Well, we can't head back to our apartment if the feds are looking for us. They'll know where we live.
Yeah, I mean,
if they knew where we lived, all I'm saying is if they knew where we lived, they would have come and got us. They wouldn't have waited for us to get here.
I think the far more. Go ahead, James. Sorry.
I'm just saying, I need to piss. This kid probably needs to piss. Why don't we pull over somewhere? Get our heads together, take care of ourselves, and then we figure this out.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's weird. I'm talking in a regular voice now. Yeah. We're gonna head to. Is there a bar nearby that we know of?
There's a multitude of bars in the city.
We're gonna find a bar that maybe we're not known at, but like we can lay low in.
Absolutely.
Are we taking the baby with us?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
You find some like dive bar to lay low in. That you like. Maybe you know the owner or something, and he's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Johnny pulls on some clothing that he just also has for some reason. You know, I had clothes under my clothes. I'm still dressed. You know.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Well, so we get together in this dimly lit bar full of cigarette smoke and beer with our baby. And
what do we do with the other baby? Oh, they have it. That's right.
Yeah.
I tossed it. Right.
You tossed them the fake baby, right?
Yeah.
The decoy.
Do we kind of want to? Do we want to plan our next adventure in this bar and see what happens next time, kind of thing? Like,
oh yeah, John, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what's now that you're out ransom money with a baby, what's next for you guys?
I think we need to send a message to them and be like, that's not your baby. We still have him.
Yeah.
I think.
No, go for it, Chips.
I was just gonna say, I think Chips is having very complicated feelings about this at this point, but is willing to at least verbally agree to that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enzo doesn't even. doesn't even fucking know. All I'm saying is, at some point, I'd like to at least swing by the apartment because I got like one bomb left on me. I got one package left on me, and that makes me feel a bit naked, if you know what I mean. Like that's all I'm saying.
So I think what we should do is we need to bring this car back because it's not ours. We have a car. We have my car. Well, with us being fine gentlemen and all, we should bring back this car. Get my ride, which is better. And then I think we need to send a message.
So my thought right now, in and out of game, is we are at this table in this dimly lit bar, like I said, with the cigarette smoke, and I'm rifling through my bombs, Johnny making plans, and Chip's talking to this baby. And as we are continuing to be like, well, no, what if we did this instead? Like, it cuts to like the gangster music, and we kind of like fade scene, and play Crimewave again sometime sooner than later.
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable.
That's
cool.
That sounds perfect to me.
Yeah. What a blast! Also, like this is so much fun. this is a blast. So.
Hey, yeah, we didn't try out the combat mechanics, but there's nothing wrong with that. Again, that's what I love about these games that only have combat mechanics, because you never do combat. You're always just fucking around.
Yeah, and I think like by nature, like looking at the combat mechanics, it's like, oh, I have 2 wounds. I could die real easy. And it's just kind of like, which is really reasonable. So it makes you be like, what can I do that's not going to get me killed to resolve this situation? I'm not a superhero going in guns blazing, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you throw a baby at a Fed, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sometimes you run over some Nazis in the street.
Yeah, that you bombed.
You also bombed.
Yeah.
I like how when it came to the cops, you're like, well, I don't really want to kill all of them, but the Nazis, you're like, yeah, so I tried to get them all in a circle.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the feds, all I'm saying is with the feds, if we kill the feds, we're never gonna be safe again, right? If we kill Nazis, next time we just kill more Nazis, you know? So, yeah, no, that was so much fun. And now I know when Trunks started. Yeah.
Now we all learned so much.
James, by the way, I totally played into the Raising Arizona vibes that I had with this adventure, where it's just like you're starting to fall in love with little baby Huey.
I love that for both of us. Was not planned at the beginning, but it just started to kind of happen and seemed too good to ignore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's your descriptions of the baby every time I interacted with it. I was like, ooh, this is rewarding. Dopamine hit.
Well, it definitely gives that. I know we said something a little bit before stream starts, but the Nate Dream Adventure. Like, is it what baby is this?
What child is this?
Yeah,
that was a big influence.
The God Baby one. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I remember just flipping through my copy of Haunted Almanac and coming across, like, I had known What Child Is This before that, but I never really sat down and read it. And I was like, oh man, this is so good. Like, this is just really like solid adventure writing. And I was just like, like, what if I took this and it's kind of the opposite, where you've like stolen this baby. It wasn't given to you. You've stolen this baby and you're trying to like get ransom money out of it. Like,
listen, fate gave it to us, you know?
Yeah.
It's the anti version of What Child Is This?
Which excellent opener there.
Yeah, really like, great.
Oh, you hear a cry from the corner in the bassinet. And like, what? Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
what?
It's like, oh.
It's cool because it's almost like you dropped us, not necessarily in the middle of an adventure, but like there wasn't this like slow build to starting the adventure. The adventure started immediately because we already have this child that is both an asset and a danger.
I really tried to subvert that with this adventure, because I think most people would have the adventure be actually kidnapping the
Yeah.
baby. Whereas this is like, no, you've already done that. You're having to deal with the repercussions of that now. You know, that was my big like design. Like that was one of my sticking points with this.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're having to deal with what you've done already.
It's very hit the ground running, you know?
Yep.
More adventures should start like that. Like I love I mean, I'm definitely that piece of shit that likes movies that start like with the action already happening and you just have to like catch up. I don't want the exposition. I don't need the backstory. Because also one of my favorite things in books and movies is prequels. So if this was a movie, it starts the whole thing and we have a couple of books or whatever of what happened, and then eventually we'll get the story of how we kidnapped the baby, you know, and it's some chuckle fuckery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But this was a perfect get up because like, yeah, we're not theoretically in the middle of the adventure, but like we are like already, you know, 1 foot into it because it's pretty much just like you have this now. What are you doing? There's no like let's figure out who's drinking what at the tavern, and then like the thing comes in. It's great. This was so much fun. Definitely gonna play this again, especially if you keep. I know you're gonna keep it 1 page, and my God, but it looks sick as a newspaper. But such a fun game, and it's a Tunnel Goon Tech too, which is Nate. And seriously, anyone out there that doesn't know 𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐖𝐀 stuff, please go do it. That's kind of game designer that should be making millions of dollars, not WotC. And 𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐼 is definitely your favorite game designer's favorite game designer. So, you know,
that's real.
Grab the Haunted Almanac from Games Omnivorous.
It really is.
Yeah, right. So grab all that.
John, I haven't read Gangbusters or Traveler. And like, obviously I've read Tunnel Goons. We also did it on stream, and so I'm very familiar with it. What from those 2 other games did you pull to put into this?
So you obviously know the Tunnel Goons influences. You can get that from it. The influences from Gangbusters is the basic, like obviously the setting, but also the basic makeup of the characters. Like if you look at the traits and you see driving and you're like, driving in the traits, like what's up with that?
I did have that thought.
That's straight from Gangbusters. I thought it was so weird and esoteric. I was like, why is driving in the traits? I thought it was hilarious. So I just put it straight into Crimewave.
Awesome.
And then the influences from Traveler are basically it married with the mechanic from Tunnel Goons, the resolution mechanic. That 8+ is straight from Traveler.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the basic mechanic behind Traveler, is that, you just got to beat an 8. That's all you got to do.
I think it worked really well. I mean, I think I personally, I think I rolled like incredibly well tonight because I really only failed once. But like, I think I really only rolled like 4 or 5 times. So I like the 8+ beating it. Like, that's cool. I mean, also, I think it puts a good ceiling on it. And I think the fact that you can only use 1 trait and 1 skill, like combining those, like, this was great. I very much enjoyed this.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys got such a kick out of it. I was worried that the adventure was a little too bare bones, but it seemed to like speed along pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to its credit.
Yeah, it was great. Like the idea of like a map of just like roll to see if you can go down the street. If not, you have to go down that street, and kind of like a thing at the end of everyone is such a good idea, because you could realistically make like a whole city kind of like that, where like going across the city or anything you need to do is just really, you want to go one direction, but you roll and you don't, or you don't, you know?
My big goal with Crimewave, and this is going to be much further down the line, but I said keep them to 1 page, keep the game to 1 page and expand it with adventures. I want to do a box set for the city, New Babylon.
Cool.
Because I have this book. It's like Urban Wilderness or something. It's a book about just cities and how they came to be in America. and it's got all these old pictures of like old New York and old Chicago, and it just like makes my brain fire off with like ideas for like a box set in the 1920s for this fictional city just sounds like a ton of fun to like adventure around in. And that's like the big like dream goal with Crimewave.
Cool.
Well, the great thing about a city too, especially when you think of like a 1920 city and you put in like the, you know, the modern idea of like the 1920s mafia and stuff like that, is like, if it's, you make it open world like that, you never really have to, you're never gonna do like WotC style fucking campaign adventures, but it's pretty easy to be like, pick a boss, pick a job they gave you kind of thing. And when you encounter situations where, and the cool thing about that is like, you're going to go do a thing, but if one of the mooks you killed is from another crime family, whatever, now you have an enemy you made or something like that. And then you might have to like smooth that or make an alliance. So like you literally could just like, you know, light one match and the story could go on forever as you deal with the consequences of the actions you do throughout the city.
Yeah, a city is very conducive for faction play. Like there's so many different like factions that can exist within such a constrained space. You know, you've got the mob, you got the bosses within the mob, you got the cops, you've got these silver sword fucks that are like doing their shit around the city. You got all this like all these influences pulling the characters from all these different directions, and I'm very excited to play around with that a bit more.
Yeah. It's like the good parts in Blades in the Dark, because the faction part was really sick in that. One of the never mind, I'll keep my opinion to myself. There's 3 hours now, of that out there.
This is better Blades in the Dark, people. Just remember that.
Well, all you know. Again, 3 hours, in my opinion, already exist in the world. Something, and the other thing too, like talking about the consequences of our actions. One thing that we have to worry about too is we got federal agents after us now. The cops know what's going on, right? Supposedly all the other criminals kind of know that we're the chuckle fucks that took the baby. We don't know how they know, but we know, and we could figure that out. We also just bombed some people. Even if they're shitty people, we drop bombs on people, so all the cops in the city are going to be riled up too. Yeah. Like and the union is out there, so you know the cops are going to be trying to be busting that. So the city is going to be overrun with cops for a little bit too. So that's something that, based on the consequence of our actions, we just made everything hotter for us.
You've all definitely made a name for yourselves with this scenario right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is Bomb Boys is going to stick, boys. That's us.
It's really not. It's interesting. I'm reading The Shadow of Self by Brandon Sanderson, which I kind of mentioned earlier, which is like takes place in like the 1920s in like a fantasy world. But in that book, there's this whole like the workers are being riled up and like the cops are being like riled up, and there's just like the city's in chaos essentially. So it's funny that I'm like reading a book about like a very similar setting. And we're also playing this. Like the character that I played today is 100% a ripoff of a character in that book. Because I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm reading this right now.
Nice.
So I'm very much I also New Babylon, sick name. Totally sick name.
I'm like tooting my own horn here, but I think that was a good bit of inspiration there when that one came along.
Yeah, that's a good one. It feels like almost esoteric and like foreign, while also like, yeah, it's a city. It's a 1920s like post-industrial revolution like city, and you're like, okay, yeah totally.
But it also feels fancy enough that it could be like a Metropolis or a Gotham or like the kind of sub, you know, the adjacent New York kind of thing.
Just like, what kind of world is this to raise Huey in this city? That's what I'm worried about.
I fucking I'm so happy that if we were naming these episodes, 100%. Someone said earlier, was it 3 Gangsters and a Baby or whatever? we definitely did the whole 3 Men and a Baby thing for sure. Like, so All right, so that's Crimewaves from John Davis. Definitely go snag all the rest of John's stuff. I mean, we've talked about Helm. We've played Helm 1 before. Definitely want to go grab Helm. Definitely go to check out. I know I'm doing this for you, John, but Sivad Sanctum on itch. We'll drop the links and everything. But you got anything else cooking, or any other things that people can look for, or are we just waiting for more awesome stuff like this?
Yeah, everyone out there waiting for the next installment of the Bastardized Classics. We're starting up work on Expedition to the Barrier Peaks in February, and hopefully that'll be coming out in either the spring or the summer. So we're starting back work on that.
Good.
That's awesome.
Good. Excited for that. All right, and then James Crane. I mean, we gotta do this again. James Crane of Marching Order. We've talked about Marching Order on the show. What do we got brewing from Crumbling Keep?
A lot. At the moment, we have our Morkborg pamphlet adventure on Kickstarter. D/D/D/D, which is much more awkward to say than read. So yeah, that's up there for about another week yet. And then right after that, we have a deck of OSR hirelings we're going to put up there as well. So it's going to be a busy start of the year.
Good. Cool.
Yeah. Super excited for all of that, and we're going to be at some point getting more Marching Order. Is that in the pipeline?
Yeah. If all goes well, and everything seems to be going well now, I think we're actually going to be able to finally launch the campaign for we're discussing on what to call it, if it's second edition or something different, but in April.
If you call it first D and make the first one 0, I will fight you physically. I will come find you.
I'll admit, I never thought of it until you said that, and I never wanted to until you just said that, and now it just...
Please do it.
Actually, this was Marching Order Basic. The next one I'm going to release is going to be Marching Order Basic.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. And that is our guest here. Again, definitely come back for more adventures with Johnny Six Fingers, Enzo Two Tricks, Benny Chips, and the boss. Catch all of our stuff on the links that we have said a million times. You all have a wonderful day. We will see you all later. Bye.
Bye.